Welcome to the 60 Plus Podcast.
I'm Janet.
And I'm Joe. How are you, Janet?
Fabulous. How are you?
Fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, good. So we're both fabulous.
We're both fabulous. Fabulous. I never do that.
Fabulous.
I never do that, do I?
No, you don't.
All right.
Making a convert out of you.
What are we talking about today, Janet?
We have a real talk guest.
Real talk. It's Jeff.
Yay.
Welcome, Jeff.
I'm happy to be here.
Yay.
Well, thanks. Thanks for coming in. We explained the rules of the Real Talk episodes to you.
Rules.
There are rules.
Mm-hmm.
But
very strict rules.
This doesn't count as one of the 10 questions, but you have to admit to being at least 60 years old.
Well, usually I have to do the math first because I really half the time don't remember my age. But it is over 60. I think there might be 2 6s in it, actually.
Okay. All right.
66.
Close to me, but you're still older than me. So.
Well, you're older than me, so
I
there.
I am. And it's nice to have someone older than me for a change. Are we going to get going?
Yeah, let's get going. So, Jeff, how do you feel about being 66?
Well, I'm glad to be here. I don't really pay much attention to the age. I think that there's still a lot of puppy inside me. I think all of us have some puppy in us. I didn't even realize I was oldish until I look around and see my brothers and sisters, and boy, they're old people. And my friends, they're old people, and my cousins, oh, they're really old people. You know what? That might be me also.
So the state of denial is working for you.
When you have to go to a website and like pull the drop down list to like list your age.
Oh, it goes way down there.
Way
It
down
is.
the
That
list.
is so true. It's
Yeah,
way
roll that
down
wheel.
there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that it even support the 1958.
All right. We're glad you're here too, Jeff. Complete this sentence. You know you're 60 plus when.
I know that I'm 60 plus when my joints are aching and I'm feeling my muscle mass decrease, a little weaker. That's mostly it, just some, aches and pains and general weakness. Still have good balance. I'm not falling over.
Good,
That's good.
I'm
Probably
glad-
got tips from our episode on that, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can get up off the ground without using some hands.
Wow, he
in
really
certain
has one.
positions.
Yeah, he's like one of our biggest fans.
I find my joints ache if I'm sitting for a long time and then I have to stand up. I'm standing up a little more slowly than I used to.
Well, that's a good thing to stand up slowly and maybe put your hand on something
Yeah, right.
while you're doing it.
Yes, I've experienced that issue.
Have you?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't. 'Cause this isn't about me. This is about Jeff.
All right.
So, Jeff, now that you're in your 60s, have you done or tried anything new in your 60s?
Oh, there's so much. I began to meditate. I began to do yoga,
Mm.
explore Zen, Buddhism, mindfulness, volunteering. Just being retired is a huge new thing,
Right.
So yeah, there's so much, and there's a lot that I can't do anymore. But there's a lot
It
of new
sounds like you're
things.
doing a lot.
Well, yeah, I'm sort of trained to be busy. I can't sit and just do nothing. So
Mhm.
I'll go out, walk on the beach and collect some trash, or I'll go I'll go work at the local National Wildlife Refuge.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stay active. You got to do something. You
I
got to,
agree.
you got to do something. You got to consume things that mentally, we have to consume things that allow us to grow and try and learn and new things and do new things.
Mm.
What's prompted you to take on some of those new things?
What happens to most people when they turn to mindfulness, it's not just you don't wake up in the morning and say, I think I'm going to be mindful today. So it's usually something. Maybe it's a divorce, maybe it's a death, maybe you're fired, maybe something happens to turn your world upside down.
Hmm.
And that just causes you to think, whatever was working for me yesterday is not working for me today. So
Right.
what can I change? And I had a good friend, said, try meditation and
Mm-hmm.
yoga,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's redefined my definition of happiness and suffering. So
Interesting.
it's-
Interesting.
So what is your definition of happiness now?
Well, I think happiness is mostly based on gratitude for the things that we have that we don't even think about. We have two eyes that can still see.
Right.
We have ears that still work. We have our
They
heart.
don't work quite as well
heart
as they
and lungs.
used to.
No.
They don't, but you can smile at that. It's
No,
just
I
not, but they're still good.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's miraculous that we can actually walk on land, let alone walking on water, or, flying through the air. Just being able to walk on land is a miracle.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking back on your 60 plus years, what are you most proud of?
Well, I think mostly, like with most people, they're proud of their child or children. That's, I think, probably the thing that I'm most proud about. I wouldn't change anything that would cause anything different there. That's the most important thing. There's lots of other things, holding a steady job for 43 and a half years.
He knows right down to the half.
Yeah.
year.
And 3
you know,
hours and 10 minutes.
having great friends, good family relationships, all that.
Most everybody says they're kids. And as you were answering the question, it made me think, I'm proud of my kids as well. But neither of them kind of turned out the way I thought they would. They've taken different paths than I would have expected. And I'm still proud of that.
That's all the more to be proud of them.
Mhm.
You don't
Right.
want them to be just like you. You want them to be
No.
better than
Or
you.
what you thought they should be,
Right.
right?
Yeah, you don't want them
Yeah.
to be alike. You want them to be different and to be better than you.
And to
Mhm.
be happy.
Hmm.
Mhm.
All
So
right.
their path is their own. Yeah. So what would you say is your biggest challenge at 60 plus?
Just getting over the knee pain.
Mhm.
Mentally still good, still strong, but boy, it hurts sometimes to walk.
Now, have you had a knee replacement?
I think I'm not old enough yet.
No, you are.
But
There's that denial thing again.
I mean,
I'm not a doctor.
I don't know if
We
it's,
did have an episode on that, by the way.
it hurts to walk, but does it hurt bad? I don't know. I don't run anymore. I can't run or jog.
Yeah, I tried
I
to
have
do that this
problem
morning. It
coming
didn't
down
work out too
steps.
well.
Yeah. But I can walk fine. I can ride a bicycle fine. I can kayak, I'm still active. I just can't do some of the things I used to do.
Mm.
No more racquetball or tennis or
No more pickleball. I mean,
I've played
Ever?
pickleball and I was okay at it, but I tend to dive after the balls, and that's really not needed in pickleball if you have good legs.
it's true. Okay.
All right. So knee replacements in your future, apparently. What's your biggest delight at 60 plus?
I think my biggest delight is not so much related to 60 plus, but being retired, which sort of comes by definition when
Mhm.
you're 60 something. Being retired is just better than I ever expected. This is my 4th year of retirement, and I'm busy every day. Of course, and some days it's good to do nothing. It's good to take a rest,
Give that knee a rest. Yeah.
have a nap.
Yeah.
It's good. It's okay to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Or as I call naps, meditation.
Yeah. So that's just been so great. It's just so great doing new things and having time to travel and read. And
What did you expect in his retirement? Similar to what you expected or very different?
I had always had faith that I would be busy. My wife was thinking, oh no, he's going to retire. He's going to be around the house all the time. I'm going to go crazy. This is not going to work for us. But turns out I'm, you know, doing something all the time.
And your wife's happy.
He doesn't know.
Well,
He's never around the house.
as far as I know, you know, what she's, you know, I assume she's happy. I
Good.
think so. She smiles a lot more than I do.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So, what 60 plus person do you admire the most?
That's a good question. And, you know, I don't admire any single human being, but I admire traits in people,
Mm-hmm.
60 plus, 60 below. I have a friend that I admire for his generosity.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends who I admire for their great skill or their great intelligence. I admire you two for your courage and your
Aw.
diligence to keep doing this, entertaining
Yay.
us and providing us very useful knowledge. So there's things, you know, I qualities that I admire in people.
He's my favorite guest so far.
I know, mine too.
And I was going to bring a box of chocolates too, but I thought
That would have
that would have been yeah.
that would have been over the top.
Yeah,
You
that would
know,
have
we
been
can't
too
accept
much.
bribes.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to revisit that policy. Okay. Your turn, Joe.
I thought you were going to steal it.
I was thinking about it.
We like to bust myths about being 60 plus. What myths would you like us to bust?
Well, I'm not sure I could say. I'm not even going to try to say it, but I think just that we can't change. Somebody says, "Oh, I can't change.
Mm.
You know, I'm this way. this is the way
Yeah.
I am. I
It's a
can't
cop-out.
change."
It's a cop out.
It's a huge cop out. You know, I mean, you limit yourself. You put yourself in a box. So, you know, this is where I am. I've got this limitation. But we change. We're changing all the time. We're
Right.
different people. The three of us are different people right now than we were half an hour ago.
That's
We're
true.
changing all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it depends upon, you know, what are you consuming? What podcasts, what books, what news,
Experiences.
what are your experiences? What are you consuming? If you're consuming, you know, mental junk food, then you're probably not going to be changing much, except for maybe in the wrong direction. So, you know, go around with your cup half empty and keep learning new things. And you're going to change. You got to change. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. Everything is changing all the time, which is a good thing.
Hmm.
Thank God that things change.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you just have to go with the flow.
Well, but people resist change, I think, a lot. And I think that might be the root cause of someone saying, well, this is the way I am and I can't change.
Right. And we just had an episode about this too. Like, you know, people put the self-imposed limitations because they might feel like they're at a certain age and, well, I can't possibly do anything differently because this is how old I am and this is who I am and whatnot. But we kind of busted that myth, didn't we?
I think we did.
There's example after example of people in
Oh, yeah,
our
we
age
had-
group who have done amazing things starting at 60 plus.
But you have to decide to do it. It's
You
it's
do.
very easy to consume that mental junk food and not challenge yourself and not move on and
Right.
change in positive direction. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I think it depends upon who your friends are. You know, who are the people that you're spending time with? What are your relationships? How comfortable are you with yourself, your self-esteem?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, how
Agreed. Okay. What advice would you give to someone who is about to turn 60?
don't change a thing. Just keep doing what you're
Just talk
doing.
about changing.
I'm confused now. Am I supposed to change or not
Rats, you
change?
caught me.
Well, it wasn't that hard.
You guys are sharp.
Yeah, we're on it.
I mean, you can't. I mean, I would say the same things who's somebody's turning 30 or 40 or 50. It's just a number and it's just another day. and just keep trying to be the best person you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't limit yourself.
Yeah.
And don't change. That's
doesn't-
okay.
But embrace change.
I mean, close your eyes and look in the mirror and say, well, how old am I? How old am I? I don't, you don't feel 60 something. You still feel like you're a teenager.
Except for that knee.
I just stand an inch away from the mirror every year and I still look good.
An inch further away from the mirror. Yeah.
I'm now, well, how many inches? I'm not going to say.
Okay. We know,
it's more than 60.
more than 60 inches. So either change or don't change, and close your eyes and look in the mirror. I'm kind of confused.
No, it shouldn't be. It's about what's on the inside that counts.
Ah,
Exactly.
It's your
Okay.
spirit. Your spirit is timeless. It's ageless.
is it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Mine is?
Well, yours is different. I don't know.
Really, when you look in the mirror and you see some gray hair or no hair or some age spots or wrinkles, doesn't really matter.
Just the exterior shell.
I have a confession to make. I don't see gray hair when I look in the mirror. I really don't.
Do you see hair?
I see, well, in some places, but I don't see it as gray. I look and I say, it's still brown.
Yep.
I don't, it's the weirdest. And I see pictures of myself. I say,
Wow, I want to get one of your mirrors.
I see pictures of myself and I'm like, who's that guy?
Well, do you notice after you shower, your hair is still sort of brown, but then once it dries, then it comes.
Oh, see,
Becomes
you're
gray.
only
After I shower, I have very
Yeah.
little hair.
I still have a little brown hair once I shower, but then once it dries, it's gray.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it's very odd.
Well, I thought that once I retired and I didn't have any more stress in my life, I heard that your hair will change back to your
Really?
normal color. And I've been waiting for that to happen.
Gosh,
I've got no
that would
stress.
save me a lot of money.
It hasn't changed.
Yeah. All right. Surprisingly, this is the last question.
Yeah,
Is this mine?
it is.
Oh, okay. Do you have a bucket list, Jeff? And if so, what's on it?
I don't have a bucket list. What happens if you did have one and then you complete it?
You have to have a new
What
bucket.
then?
Bigger bucket.
We sat down, my wife and I sat down with a list of places that we wanted to travel to
Mm-hmm.
and sort of our
Does
travel
she know she
bucket
has to
list.
spend time with you when you travel together?
Yes, definitely. That's,
That's why you're
a
not
great one of her great life's pleasures, spending time with me. But we organize those things, which ones require the most physical ability.
Mm-hmm.
Better do those now.
sooner.
Oh,
Yeah.
smart.
Which ones do I just need a walker? All right, we'll put those at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
Right.
Have you started checking those off?
Oh, sure. I mean, we travel every year. Yeah. But I don't really have a list of things that I have to do. That's so constraining,
Mm-hmm.
constricting. And
I was going to say that. I think a bucket list limits you.
yeah.
You can always add to it, but I'd rather just take on things as they come. And
Yeah.
of course, I have a couple of things in mind that I would like to do, but it's not like, okay, here's the list of things, and I can't deviate from the list.
Yeah,
it's-
and maybe
yeah.
a bucket list isn't really the right question here. It's more like, is there something that you still want to accomplish?
Well,
Because that
isn't-
can change too.
Doesn't the phrase bucket list come from things I want to do before I kick the bucket? I think that's what it
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't like that idea.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I like having my broad horizons, infinite possibilities of things that I might do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not
And then just meditate on it,
And change or don't change.
which is napping for me.
All right.
Yeah.
That's our 10 questions.
That's it. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I just I enjoy listening to you guys. Your voices are just a pleasure to listen to. Your laughter, I'm entertained and I'm educated, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank
Don't
you.
change that. I know you're going to want to try to change it, but don't change that. Keep going.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah. And let them tell their friends, and so on and so on.
That reminds me of a Was it a shampoo commercial?
Yes, it
Yeah, it
was.
was a shampoo commercial.
Yes.
All right.
It's called the shampoo effect, actually.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
From that commercial.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jeff, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us on the 60 Plus podcast.
Yes,
welcome.
thank
It was a
you
lot of
so
fun.
much. Is
You're
there
welcome.
any other messages that you had that you'd
I
want to
was
share?
hoping that Janet would sing during the podcast.
We're
but
so
I-
happy we had this time together.
there we go. Now it's complete.
She
Just
didn't
to
even have
have
that
a
chewed
laugh.
out. Wow, that,
Just bow, and I put a bow right on it.
I'm impressed that you came up with that song that quickly, Janet.
Well, thank you.
I'm not always impressed with your singing, but I am this time. All right. That's it for this episode of the 60 Plus podcast. I'm Joe.
I'm Janet. Bye.